It's week 7 of the 2024 season, and we've got the Vikings reigning league MVP. You can't ask for much more than his last game, a 5-touchdown effort. It's the Vikings and the Packers on Sunday night.
Now we find ourselves at the stadium that played host to Super Bowl 52, the wondrous U.S. Bank Stadium in Minneapolis. Tonight we've got a great Sunday night matchup between the Green Bay Packers and the Minnesota Vikings. Hi again, everyone. Brandon Gaudin alongside Charles Davis. And Charles, you look at this Vikings ball club. They've got all W's on the ledger so far, a perfect 6-0.
Yeah, still a long way to go in this season, but they're showing everyone early on that they intend to be there in the end.
Meanwhile, for the visiting Packers, they were losers their last time out. They're going to try to get back in the win column, but obviously they're going to have to do that in a hostile environment.
And sometimes it actually works to your advantage. Now you've got to band together your team, the us against the world mentality. Let's see if they can use it and get a victory.
Getting toward the halfway point of the NFL season, Week 7 is underway on EA Sports. No run back here on the opening kickoff as we'll start at the 25. So here's the Viking offense making their way out. And they're led out by their mobile quarterback out of West Virginia. It's Geno Smith.
And I think if you ask most folks to give you their first half MVP, very likely they're going to say it's this man right here. The NFL's leader in touchdown passes to this point in the season. Still 2 months to go. But if he can keep going to the pace he's at, this is going to be a dangerous team come January, and he could very well walk away with the MVP.
Come on. Hey.
First play's a run with Nwangu. And he can only manage to get a couple. 2nd and 8 coming up. These are his numbers from last week's contest. 21 carries, 87 yards.
After the last game, they have plenty of reason to be confident in their running game. And even though they're facing a top 10 defense, they're not going to shy away from doing what they do best. Make them adjust to them. Make them stop what they do before they go to any type of a change-up.
He takes us for 3 to the 29. This defense looking for an early stop. This is 3rd down and 6.
Well, Charles, something we talked about last week, when you start believing whether you're in the midst of a special season or not. Well, now they're at 6-0. Are you still trying to tamp down the expectations in that locker room?
Well, to me, it's less about tamping down expectations and much more about not getting ahead of yourself as a team. And look, they've got to play each game individually. Right? Many teams talk about being 1-0 at the end of each and every game each week. To me, you got to understand you cannot win the Super Bowl in October.
Okay, break.
Now a play fake, and it's Smith. Wide open is Watkins. He's got him. Yeah, he will be out near the 35-yard line. A well-executed 22-yard gain.
Well, that's what it has to feel good. That's not all the time that the play caller should get all the credit. Sometimes I'm thinking the huddle, the quarterback just says, hey, who's going to make a play for me? I just need something right here. And the end result there, nice first down. Drive keeps moving.
So into Packer territory now. Here's 1st and 10 at the 35-yard line. Straight ahead, here's Nwangu. And he's got room. And he'll have it in the red zone before he crosses over out of bounds. And the gain here to the previous play, and it's better than 40 yards total. Quite the opening drive march they're on right now.
It looks a lot like what we saw in practice prior to the game, doesn't it? You know, because on that last big practice beforehand, you go through your offensive script, you go through your play calling, you go through all the stuff and establish things, and it looks like it's...
Nwangu going to get it on the counter. And able to surge forward for about 5 yards down to the 10.
And hold on here, because on that last run, it looks like we have a player who was shaken up. While they come out and take a look at him, we will step aside for just a moment.
The first down run got 5. Here's 2nd and 5.
Now here's a little touch pass as they tap it quickly to their receiver.
A 5-yard gain there makes it 1st and goal.
And this is just a little touch pass. They send the receiver in motion, just kind of tap it forward to him. Now it doesn't turn into a huge play, but they do pick up a first down. A nice, consistent gain.
On first down, they'll run with Nwangu. And he's going to get him about 3 yards closer. He's down to about the 2. From the 2 now, 2nd and goal. Gino now to throw. It's caught in the end zone. Touchdown, Minnesota. Albert O, his first touchdown on the year. And the Vikings will claim the early lead as they're on the board first here tonight. Tucker able to connect on the extra point, and it's now a 7-0 game. So that drive consumes 9 plays all told, and it's polished off by a Viking score. Tucker now to kick it away following the touchdown. And from back there, a wise move. He'll just sit on this one, and it'll come out to the 25. So here comes the Packers offense now onto the field. They're led onto the field by the former Cal Bear and the #1 overall pick in 2016, Jared Goff.
I loved his quote during the week. If I were a defensive back, I would have wanted to play against me last week as well. He's trying to eliminate those turnovers, those interceptions, and get back on the positive side of the ledger throwing touchdown passes.
Yeah, had 4 of those picks, led to the loss. Down.
He'll get this to Akers out of the backfield.
And he's able to get this one up to his 30 before he's out of bounds.
These two teams, you may remember, they met in Minnesota earlier in the year with the Vikings coming out victorious. So if they can win here in Minnesota, they get a sweep of the season series.
Looking to throw again on 2nd down. Goff. They find some open field here. And he slips up past the 45 before being tackled. Give him 18 on that play, and Green Bay has the first as well.
And this was a nice example of an offensive coordinator scheming his guy open. Just a little underneath route, just trying to free up some space, and it worked awfully well. Got him not just space, but plenty of room to run after the catch to pick up really nice yardage.
And he's got it across the midfield stripe and into Viking territory. Give him 40 on first down. It'll set up a 2nd and 7. And that play goes nowhere. Taken down, losing yardage at the 50, right at midfield. Now they're staring at a 3rd and 8. That last play backwards a yard.
This defense is a difficult one to prepare for, one of the best in the league. They'll come at you from all angles, and they did a nice job there stopping him for a loss.
Pressure coming from the Vikings, and they get there and bring it down.
Multiple players combined for their team's first sack of the game.
Okay, I'm not sure you can actually draw a better pass rush than that one right there. Nowhere to go outside. He had to keep backing up and backing up and backing up. Eventually dropped for a huge loss.
On 4th down, J.K. Scott ready to punt it away. He punted 4 times in the loss last week as he gets this one away here. This is taken at the 10.
A nice return there of 11 to help mitigate a good punt.
And the Vikings will take over here 1st and 10. The Minnesota offense about ready to get this next drive underway.
They've got the 7-0 lead. Now they've got the football back after their defense got the stop, CD. And you get the feeling if they could score here, they really have all the momentum on their side.
And you just wonder right now, is the quarterback and the play caller totally in sync? Are they of one mind that, hey, what worked last time, let's keep doing it until they stop us? Or do they go to a different section in the playbook, show them something different? Either way, they want a repeat of their first drive.
Off of play action, here's Smith. This is the tight end fan. And he's going to be brought down on what will be the final play of this first quarter. After 7-0 on EA Sports. Second quarter now from Minnesota. It's the Vikings in possession of the football, as they've got it with a 2nd down and 2 coming up. A run between the tackles with Breida. And some nifty running here as he'll take this across midfield and down to the 47. 12 yards there. First down, Vikings.
Not too shabby for his first carry of the game. That's exactly what most teams are looking for. A really good change of pace back.
So into Packer territory now. Here's 1st and 10 at the 47. They stay on the ground. Again, it's Breida. And he's going to get this inside the 30. So it's the big left tackle who gets tagged with a hold.
And sometimes you're actually executing the block well, and he starts to slip off of you, and instinctively you reach out and grab him. And when it's done like that, it's often seen by the official and called.
Throwing on first down, but this one winds up to be incomplete.
The Vikings at 6-0. What a start to the season for them. And they have certainly got it rolling as of late. Winners of 6 in a row.
And I think this is where, as a head coach, you show your team some trust. Instead of just talking about winning, the very next game, you point out to them, we're on a nice run here. And if we keep doing this, we'll be playing at home in the postseason. And we know that can help us all the way to the Super Bowl if we get that done.
23 yards to pick up there.
But one of the ways the quarterbacks keep all the receivers alive in the play, never lock in on any one guy. Make sure you keep your eyes moving, scan the field. And here he finds the open guy for a nice pickup.
So they'll come up 1st and 10 now from the 33. Breida, they'll go up the middle. And not a whole lot of room to operate there on the first down run. He gets maybe 3. 3 yards on that last carry. Here's 2nd and 7. They'll fake it. Now Smith.
Man open, that's Anthony Schwartz.
And down to the 20 he'll go before heading out of bounds. His first catch there, good for 10 yards and a first down.
Even against double coverage, he found enough of an opening for a noticeable gain. 2 guys on him, yet he finds a way to uncover downfield for the completion.
Week 7 action, and we've got a 7-point game here in the second quarter. And this offense hoping to change that right here.
Trying to find a lane, but instead he'll get back to the line of scrimmage. And no more. Tackle made by Devondre Campbell.
Well done to sniff that out defensively. He had it diagnosed pretty quickly.
I love that description because diagnosed is perfect on that one. Read his keys, made the play, and he couldn't even get going moving the football.
And able to fight forward inside the 15 to the 13.
And a lot of times these plays, they either go for nothing or they go for big yardage. And here, they got to the outside, turned it upfield, and ended up getting a nice little gain out of it.
Smith on third down. He's got his man. It's taken in for a Viking touchdown. Noah Fant, his 4th touchdown on the year. And the Vikings go up by 2 touchdowns.
Well, this has been a flawless start for them. They score, they get the stop, and they score again, Charles.
Complimentary football at its finest. You just mentioned how they got it done. They scored. The defense got the ball back for them. They score again. That's the way you win ball games.
Tucker with the extra point, and it's now 14-0. So that one a pretty time-consuming 10-play drive.
And it's Noah Fant who caps things off with the touchdown.
Tucker now to kick it away following the touchdown.
And there will not be a return here. It's a touchback, and it'll come out to the 25-yard line.
The Packers offense here coming back out for their second drive.
And they are back down to 500 following the loss last week. Consistency has been a real issue for them so far.
Brandon, you almost don't know what team is going to show up every week. I mean, there's no consistency with this ball club at all, and if we feel that way, I know it frustrates the coaching staff, and it also has to frustrate the key leaders in the locker room. They got to figure out how to get coordinated.
They had the run for no gain. Now they'll try again from the 25 on 2nd and 10. Here's Gall. He rifles one that's intercepted.
Tariq Woolen picks it, and the Vikings are going to take possession of the football.
If you combine last week and this week, he's got a hat trick going because he had 2 interceptions a week ago.
He's seeing the ball so well and understanding what receivers are, positioning. I mean, just watching him work with such great technique and paying it up, actually catching the ball when he has a chance, he's helping his team in a huge way.
So here are the Vikings to take over. Their win streak at 6 coming in and counting as they've got the lead right now beginning this drive 1st and 10. After the interception, here's Smith. He's going to take a shot right away for the end zone. It's caught in the end zone. Touchdown, Minnesota.
Boy, Charles, this offense is just so explosive. They lead the league in scoring, and another example of just how good they are right there on that play.
Yeah, we often overstate about how explosive teams are, but this team is truly a threat to score on every snap, especially on the first few plays of any series. And a big stroke like that only adds to their reputation as the league's best offense.
Tucker able to connect on the extra point, and it's now 21-0. Well, the offense wasn't out there for a long time, but they were out there for a good time. One play, and they're able to hit pay dirt. Tucker now to kick it away following the touchdown.
No run back here, down to a knee, and this drive will start at the 25.
And Green Bay getting ready to go as they take the field.
Well, CD, you kind of feel like they're in a bit of a danger zone right here because now you're down 3 scores, and I know we're in the first half, but the way this offense hasn't been able to generate anything, you feel like they probably need to get something going on this drive, right?
Yeah, and sometimes I overuse that this is an important possession. But I think this has to be the possession where they come up with an answer because only a few teams in league history have ever come back from a 4-score deficit. And if they don't score here, that's what they could be facing the next time they get the ball.
That's good. The completion there for 7 yards. And that's going to bring up 2nd down. And we've hit the 2-minute mark in this first half of action. We remind you that coming up at halftime, Jonathan Coachman will be alongside. He'll have highlights and analysis from Orlando. of this first half of action. They'll operate from the 32-yard line here, 2nd and 3. Now it's gone. And he will find his man on the outside. And he goes out of bounds just shy of the 45. It's a gain of 12, and the Packers have the first. On 1st and 10, Goff. That's going to be complete on the sideline, but, that throw left him no room to run, and the good footwork nearly all for naught. So the completion good for just 3, and it'll be 2nd down. Goff now looks to throw, and finding the tight end Hooper. On the move past the 40. And he's going to be out of bounds, but not before he takes it inside the 40. He's got his first catch here before halftime, and it goes for a first down. Back to throw, Goff. And it's caught by Hooper. And all the way inside the 15 before they drop him. Back-to-back receptions for him, and it's another first down. From the red zone now, Goff. And he's got it. It's caught for a Packers touchdown. A great effort there. His first NFL reception goes for 6. And the Packers get a bit closer. Extra point right down the middle. And they'll cut the lead to 21-7. A drive that time of 6 plays. And the result, a Green Bay score. And they'll put up the stop sign there as his guys will get it at the 25. Jamison Williams out onto the field as these guys take over on offense. Sitting right around the midpoint of the season, on pace for 1,000 yards. Good year so far, and I'm sure film study being devoted to him a little bit more on the other side.
They have to, because the pace that he's carrying right now, if you're pushing a 1,000-yard pace as a receiver, that means he warrants your attention. And right now, precision is going on with their offense. Kind of like that timepiece you wear on your wrist. Good stuff. You got to knock that off somehow. Chip away at that timing. Change things up a little bit and make them go to other things and make them do those things better.
Yeah, try to make him uncomfortable. Not many teams have been able to do that so far this year. So from the 39 now, they'll come up on a 1st and 10. Play action. It's Smith. And he will find his man Schwartz. That's complete. That is just shy of 40. Good pickup there, 21 yards. They'll fake the handoff. Now Smith. They'll fire one downfield for Fant. And this is incomplete. Oh, he had 6 points right in his hands, but could not hang on. Well, the incompletion, yes, but maybe here not the worst thing in the world?
No, not on 1st and 10. Actually gives them a chance to regroup, relax just a little bit. They huddle up, talk it over. Then they get a chance to continue their drive.
Now a deep ball there on 2nd down, but it'll wind up incomplete.
That could have been a huge play, but give the defender credit. Stayed calm, stayed collected, and kept himself in a position to make a play on the ball without a penalty.
Throwing on 3rd down, Smith. Got a man, and Schwartz complete. And they will eventually get him down, but he's inside the 5 all the way to the 3. On 3rd and 10, they go flying past the marker and get nearly 40 yards. A chance to really cap off a big first half here as they come up on 1st and goal. Now Geno. Touchdown! Jamison Williams. 2 catches, 2 touchdowns here so far. And the Vikings will extend their lead in the final minute of the half. The touchdown all set up by the big play 1 snap before, but they finish it off here with a shorter completion, this time for the score.
I like how they stuck with what got them there, right? The big pass play, got the momentum going, right? That's you create it with a play like that, and you come right back with another pass play to finalize things off.
Tucker now to kick it away following the touchdown. And not wanting to risk anything here late in the half, he'll just take a knee and they'll bring the football out to the 25.
The Packer offense heading back for one final first half drive.
And with time quickly fading here in the second quarter, not sure how aggressively, offensively they want to play this.
I think we'll find out just how much they trust their guys in this situation if they decide to take a shot.
Now a first down throw. Gone. Quick slant. Caught by Moore. The Packers going to use one of their timeouts as the clock will stop with 18 seconds to go in the first half. Maybe a good spot to take a shot. Here's 2nd and a yard from the 34. And this time they'll just keep this on the ground. And obviously not fooling anybody here as they stop him behind the line of scrimmage. Now another timeout called for by the offense. So that means they're down to one remaining here as we head toward halftime. An extra defender in the secondary for the Vikings here on 3rd down. Gone. Quick hitter here. It's complete.
And he is going to have a Packers first down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion.
That was signaling a timeout call as it comes with 9 seconds to go in this first half of play. Now Goff on first down. And that is incomplete, stopping the clock with 5 seconds to go.
To this point, I've been impressed with the work defensively. They have not allowed a lot of receivers to run free. And there's another example, another incompletion.
The final shot before break here. Goff. He's going to loft one deep over the middle. And that's going to be incomplete. Good effort there trying to take a shot, but it's 3rd down. So the second half upon us sooner than we bargained for. Week 7, second half. Let's do it. Welcome back. Halftime over. We are ready for quarter number 3. Alongside Charles Davis, I'm Brandon Gordon. The Packers set to get the football first, and they are trailing on the scoreboard as we resume action, ready for the 3rd quarter.
And the half will begin with a touchback. The Packers ready to go to start quarter number 3. And they look up at the scoreboard, facing that deficit. A 3-score game, Charles, but look, there's plenty of time to go here. The old football cliche that comes to my mind is you can't get it all back at once. They probably need something, though, out of this drive, at least 3 points.
Are you trying to say that there's no 3-score drive on that play sheet for any of those coordinators? They just don't have it, right? You're trying to get it all back. You know you can't get it back in one drive, but maybe cut into it a little bit as you just suggested. Try and create a little bit of momentum, a little bit of a spark, and then maybe that'll carry over.
Throwing again on 2nd down. Goff. They'll find Paris Campbell. That's complete. And he takes us up to the 40-yard line before being corralled. And now we're going to get a stoppage as, yeah, that looks like Jackson who's shaken up.
Well, hopefully, obviously nothing serious here. Medical staff, though, going to take a peek, and we'll take a break.
On first down, it's gone.
He'll dump this off to Akers.
And we see another pitch and catch there to the running back. This position just continues to evolve. They become just as critical to the passing attack as a lot of receivers, tight ends, because their ability to make people miss in the open field can really generate big plays for an offense.
Meanwhile, Goff's throw into the hands of Hooper.
And he'll take this to the other side of midfield before going out of bounds. 12 yards there as they keep this drive rolling. It's another first down. Goff now looking to throw.
Now a swing pass. It's Edwards-Helaire.
And he'll go out of bounds right around the 40.
I think the best offenses love to get the ball to their running backs in open space because they have the ability to make people miss, and they also have the ability to run over people. And if you do that throughout the game, after a while, they might just run through some of those tackles and go a long way.
We saw him shed a nice tackle on that play. They'll get 3 as the drive continues. It's a first down. Here's Goff. Over the middle, hauled in by Campbell.
And he'll be marked down at about the 26-yard line.
That's the number 2 receiver in the NFL in terms of yardage. And tell you what, a few more plays like that, he won't be number 2 for long.
Well, that's what often happens when you have competitors running around the field. These guys know where they stand in relationship to yardage, totals, numbers, the whole deal. And let's face it, all of them, they all want to be number 1.
They'll run on first down with Akers.
And only a yard this time as he's taken down right around the 26. The run only got a yard. Here's 2nd and 9.
Off play action to Akers. Here's Goff.
And he's going to be taken down. Back around the 35-yard line.
Chase Young.
He's the culprit, and that is now his 13th sack of the season as his great year continues.
They've gobbled up over 30 yards of turf so far, but a sack knocks them backwards. And that interrupts the momentum they were building. Good opportunity for the defense to escape this drive before they get to the end zone.
This offense in desperate need of a conversion as they come up on 3rd down. Now Goff. And a throw there going to be incomplete.
He didn't just deny it, man. He brought that one up in the red zone. An excellent play. One that may help save points on the board when this drive is over.
And this is off target to the left. Didn't get there anyway. It's no good.
Always disappointing when you miss a field goal. When you're playing against a defense this good, you and I both know that's a crucial miss because you can't afford to leave any points out there. You've got to take them when you can.
It's the Vikings' turn on offense. We get ready for their first possession of the second half. And now you've got the clock winding down here in the 3rd quarter. You're 3 scores to the good. What's your approach on this drive?
Too early to fully commit to playing the clock game. Yet at the same time, you're also not going pell-mell like you would in 2-minute offense. This is what NFL offenses call 4-minute football. Take the clock out of the game a little bit, wind it down, but at the same time, keep advancing the ball down the field.
And he's going to take this ahead for right around 3 yards, but no more than that. 2nd down.
Not a lot of running room there, not a place to make a cut and kind of exit out because they had everything bottled up. Looked to me like the linemen were taking on their blocks really well and giving up no creases.
And only a couple there as he'll take this up to the 47. When we talk about defenders, specifically linebackers, keeping their eyes in the right spot, he had that eye down the entire time.
And you know that's not easily done because they throw a lot of misdirection at you. They try and fool you and get your eyes in the wrong place. But you're right about that one. He correctly.
This is caught at the 20.
And he's going to be shoved out of bounds inside the 15-yard line.
A big play there for Minnesota. 42 yards.
Just more of the same there, partner. Guys have just been running free in the secondary this entire game. No pass rush, a lot of passes completed. Been an easy day for them.
So how about this for field position after the big play? Inside the 15 now as they come up on 1st and 10. On the handoff, this is Breida. And the result here, a pickup of 8. Leaves him with 2 to go on 2nd down. A good run there on 1st down, and it'll leave him with a 2nd and 2. Here on a Sunday night. We'll return with more after this break. You're watching the NFL on EA Sports. And we return, welcoming you back to Minneapolis. A lot of happy faces in the crowd at this point as their guys have a big lead here to start quarter number 4. On 2nd and a couple. Smith. He's got his man. It's taken in for a Viking touchdown.
Jamison Williams.
His 3rd touchdown of the game, 10th on the year.
And the Vikings add on to their lead, and it's looking like that win streak is going to extend another week.
Now Tucker to add the PAT. And he's he's been a busy man. 5 for 5 now as he knocks another one through to extend the lead. 5 plays there on that drive.
And it was Jamison Williams wrapping things up with a touchdown.
Tucker now to kick it away following the touchdown.
The return man down to a knee, and this will come out to the 25-yard line. The Green Bay offense ready to take over. Well, it's been a struggle so far for this offense, Charles. It's not only that they haven't been able to put the points up, but really stringing yards together has been a real issue for them in this one.
I'm so glad you brought up the yardage because I was thinking to myself, we've seen a lot of NFL games, and we've seen our share of lopsided contests, but in almost all of them, both offenses have put up at least 200 yards in a game, but not in this one. This has been a display of offense that, frankly, I think the two of us have watched from behind our hands, trying to spread our fingers wide enough to actually see the result. They lead big, and a major part of that has been how they've taken their play to a whole new level this second half. No points allowed since the break, and you can add another incompletion to the total number that they forced in this runaway contest.
And he takes a shot on the release as this will be incomplete.
At this point in the game, they've got to continue to try anything they can. They're still working at it, even though this one feels like a lost cause.
The Packers on third down. Just 1 for 3 thus far. This is 3rd and 10. Here's Goff. And that will be incomplete as well.
The second and level for interceptions, you understand why. He plays a game of great intelligence, understands positioning, and has a great ability to break on the football when it's in the air.
So fun to watch his closing speed, and another example of it on that play. Desperation time for Goff on 4th.
And pass complete to Moore.
And now this is going to depend on the spot. And they say he's just short. The Packers unable to pick up the first. And the Vikings, they have the football now in excellent field position. Well, certainly not the way that they were hoping that possession would end, failing to convert on 4th.
And now they've got to make sure that they keep their poise, they keep their confidence. Just because it didn't work once doesn't mean if they get that same situation later that they shouldn't go for it again. The defense feels great, but the offense, they can't be despondent.
From the 34 now, here's 1st and 10. They run the counter. Saunders. And he'll get down to about the 26-yard line. A nice run there, 9 yards, and it'll be 2nd down. And I think we can get used to seeing more of that in this 4th quarter, especially if they're having success on the ground like they did there.
Yeah, I think back when we met with the head coach in preseason, and all he talked about was building a bully. And I think it was this situation he was envisioning. Trying to ice a game, plenty of time left, but being able to give the ball to his big runner and pound away and try to finish off the game.
That one a 1st down pickup of 8. They run again with Breida. And brought down, but not before they get it inside the 10 to the 7.
47 yards rushing now on 8 carries for him so far.
Another example of this offense really having their way, Charles, and another big chunk play there on the ground.
And then when you look at the defense, they've got to do a much better job of wrapping up when they tackle. A lot of great opportunities continue to slip through their fingers, as do the runners.
Oh, they're going to run a little pop pass here.
And they'll get this from the 8 to the 5. Pick up a 3.
That's a nice job there defensively, being able to diagnose that little touch pass. They saw it coming, converged on him before he could get much out of it.
On 2nd down, a run with Breida. And he'll get him a bit closer as he's down to the 2-yard line.
3rd and goal as they look to pour some more salt in the wound.
Throwing now is Gino. It's caught in the end zone. Touchdown, Minnesota.
Jamison Williams.
A 2-yard touchdown grab.
And the Vikings are closing in now on a 7th straight win to start the year. Well, when coaches come into a game preaching total team effort, CD, I think this is the type of ball game that they're dreaming of. It was pretty apparent early on that they were clicking in all three phases. It's been fun to watch.
Yeah, sometimes in the NFL you end up with matchups like we've been watching here. And when you go back to the early drives, you can just see that one squad was on a different level in this game. Safe to say, we have been disappointed in watching their execution throughout this contest.
Tucker now to kick it away following the touchdown. And no thought to bring this one out. He'll just go down to a knee, and they'll take over at the 25. The Green Bay offense now about ready to take possession here.
Well, we said it at halftime that they would need a nearly perfect second half to erase that deficit that they were facing, CD. But unfortunately, the second half has pretty much been a carbon copy of the first.
Yeah, that early lead was almost insurmountable the way their opponent was playing. And, partner, they do have some good news, though. This one is getting close to being over, and they can try and hit the reset button starting tomorrow.
From the 31, Goff looking left side. That's caught by Moore. He's at the 30.
And he'll be marked down right at the 20-yard line.
Defensively, I know they have the comfortable lead here in the fourth, but they do not want to give up big plays like that.
They want to finish strong. So oftentimes in this situation, you tighten up underneath in your coverage, and you bring your safeties back. They can pick up anything that leaks through. But in the meantime, upfield, you're making plays on the football.
So 3 plays, already first and goal, and they are wasting little time. To throw is gone. And his throw is going to be incomplete. You know, the trials and tribulations of being a quarterback in this league, it's tough. It's got to be wearing on him out there.
Well, he has been sacked a number of times. He had an interception, so I'm going to give him a skosh of credit for hanging in there and trying to make something happen, despite the amount of pressure he's been under this entire game.
Well, a second down throw through the end zone, but it's incomplete. Third and goal, trying to make that scoreboard at least a little more respectable. Whistles now and a timeout. So defensively, they burn it here with 1:51 left. Two incompletions haven't moved him any closer. And likely throwing again, you'd have to think on third and goal here. This is caught. And he's able to get it down to the 2. Still brings up a fourth and goal.
Nice completion, nice gain. Great tackle. Really good tackle. Kept him in bounds, kept things going. What do you do here?
That's the question. Let's see what they do. On fourth down, gone. And somewhat of a measure of revenge as he's in for the touchdown, but they still trail big time.
He'll take it, but he won't be able to smile about it.
Extra point splits the uprights, and that'll cut the lead down a bit to 28. So the drive winds up going 75 yards in 7 plays.
And it's capped off by the Austin Hooper touchdown.
Out is the kickoff unit as they run up and send this one away.
Taking it about the 1. And taken down just past the 20 at about the 21-yard line. Jamison Williams out onto the field as his guys take over on offense.
What a game for him, Charles. 4 touchdowns. Heck, for a lot of guys, that's a good season number.
You're exactly right. And let's face it, we have to stand up and applaud this one, even though we're supposed to be neutral, because this doesn't just happen by accident. This isn't 4 times where the defense just falls down or breaks coverage. He's worked awfully hard, changing routes, changing areas, changing angles, and getting open for touchdown.
We knew he'd be part of the game plan in a big way, and it has been in a very big way. Throwing now, Smith.
Got an open man, it's Schwartz.
And they're going to get this beyond the 40 before he's taken down. That one a gain of 20 and a first down. Now a play fake, and it's Smith.
Into the hands of Williams across the formation.
And he gets us to the other side of midfield across across the 45 before going out. Another good gain. That's now 35 yards combined on those last two plays.
Well, partner, nothing but praise for me for this offense. They have been tremendous all night long. They knew what they had to do to unlock the defense. And let's face it, this has been a master class in offensive football that we've been here to witness.
They'll fake the handoff. Now Smith. He's airing it out for Williams. It's incomplete. Took a shot, couldn't connect. Smith, an incomplete pass on first down. Now it's 2nd and 10. Geno now to throw. He's airing it out for Williams. And that will be incomplete. Trying to dial up the long way out there, but it'll be 3rd down. Smith throwing again.
He's got this, complete to Williams.
Now the Vikings will use the 2nd of their timeouts. That'll leave them with just 1 remaining in this 4th quarter of play. Line of scrimmage, the 31 now on 1st and 10. Off of play action. Here's Smith. And he's taken in by the tight end Finn. And he's out of bounds. Almost gets to the 10. Chewing up big yardage. Another nice gain there. This one goes for 20.
Well, this one probably not the close game you would expect or hope to see in prime time, CD. But, of course, that wasn't their intent in preparing for this one. They said they felt like their offense was ready to put up some points. And, my goodness, it has been a dominant display in front of a national audience.
Yeah, they thought it, and it certainly...
And they are going to score again. Yet another touchdown as they just add to their totals.
Well, business as usual for them. Well on their way to another victory. Riding a serious wave of momentum from what we've seen. And so far, they haven't met their match. So if you're going to play this team in the future, your mission is clear. You better be ready to play and match their firepower.
Tucker now for the extra point. Now this one was over a while ago as they just add on to their big lead. So an 8-play drive covering 80 yards. And it all culminates in a touchdown for Minnesota. Tucker now to kick it away following the touchdown.
And he'll just take a seat, and the drive will begin at the 25-yard line. The Packer offense ready to get their next drive underway. Well, this is just an exercise in futility. Do you even bother running a play here offensively?
I wouldn't, because now is not going to erase what's happened during the game. So after it's over, you're going to go to the film, find out where the game was really lost. But this is not a situation now where you're going to make up for anything.
We'll see what they do here. So the final seconds have ticked away in this Minnesota victory. And when you break it down, well, this was just a thoroughly dominating performance.
And I truly thought that we had a tight game coming into this. I think you felt the same way. Yeah. Based on the conversation after the production meeting. Obviously not the case. And how about just how it broke open? You know, you just all of a sudden, whoosh, there it is. This thing is pretty much done. And the crowd stayed with it to celebrate because they're like, let's enjoy watching our team play this well. This is fun.
So for the Vikings, they're winning